In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 NFL wide receivers that have underpriced cards I am investing in today. Real quick, guys, before I get into it, I'm going to give a quick shout out to Matt Kelly, the podfather from playerprofiler.com. His information has helped me profit in a variety of fantasy formats for the last several years, and he's always on point. He was on point in predicting Christian McCaffrey before he broke out Chris Godwin last year, and so I love this guy's information. This is a paid service. I pay about $85 per NFL season for the complete access to playerprofiler.com. But as you can see, it is an amazing platform. So without further ado, the first player we're going to be looking at today is Tyreek Hill with the Kansas City Chiefs. And the reason why is because he is a young player, 26 years of age. He's been in the league since 2016. He's already got 1 Super Bowl championship. He's made 4 Pro Bowl appearances, 2 All-Pro selections. The guy's got a 98th percentile 40-yard dash, a 4.34. His burst score also 94th percentile, 98th percentile agility, and 94th percentile catch radius. The Chiefs have an easier than average schedule, which means that they're going to make a run to the playoffs, possibly this Super Bowl again, with Patrick Mahomes behind center, Tyreek Hill being lightning fast. He's already above a 40, which is the minimum score needed to be nominated for the Hall of Fame because of his championship, because of his All-Pro appearances and his Pro Bowl appearances. And the guy just started in the league in 2016, so he's got at least another 6-7 years in his career where he will be putting up amazing highlights on ESPN. So let's look at his cards. I'm going to compare 2 of his cards, guys, his Silver Prism rookie card and his Select rookie card. And the first platform that I'm going to compare them at is COMC.com. What I love about this is you can buy a card on here today and immediately turn around and relist it and sell it without ever having to take possession of the card. This is a great platform for investors and flippers and even collectors because you can take physical possession. You can also zoom in and see the quality of the card, inspect it. You can see there may be a potential mark, or you can look at the corners, front and back, etc. And what I love about COMC is you can look at the sales history. So we can see here there have been 400 cards sold over the last 4 years. You can see there's currently 15 for sale from 825 to 3324. You can look at the chart here. For example, 49, this would have been at the beginning of the year when they won the Super Bowl where his cards spiked. So you can kind of detect trends and then look at sales history. Perfect example, a PSA 10 Gem Mint sold on January 22nd, 2020 for $52.24. Another platform that I will look at is PWCC Marketplace. And here you can see the recent sales on eBay. And we can see that his Silver Prism rookie card was sold on June 5th. There's a raw one for $10.50, another one for $13.50. So you can buy his card in an auction right now for about $10 if you want to take physical possession. But of course, that includes shipping, and you can hold on to it until his popularity and his hype peaks later in the season and relist it. Or you can take possession in an attempt to examine the card, maybe get it graded, send it in. Or if you're a collector, obviously put it up on your wall. He is an amazing athlete, definitely worth a place on your wall. So his other card I want to look at is his Select rookie. I really like the look of the Select. It definitely has a lower demand, so you can see that's reflected in the card prices. But for entry-level investors or people investing on a budget, you can get into this card for $4.99, $5. And if we look at the 4-year sales history here, there's anywhere from $4.99 to $21.24. The card sold for up to $6.40. PSA Gem Mint 10 sold for $34.99. We can pop over to PWCC Marketplace and look at that same card and see that you could buy in an auction. You could potentially find a PSA, not a PSA, but looks like a BGS Gem Mint 10 for $11.50, or you can get them raw for $3-4. And this is a phenomenal price point, in my opinion, to invest in this card and hold on to it until the season starts and later into the year as the Chiefs make another run for the playoffs and beyond, because they are poised for it. So without further ado, let's move into our second player. Guys, the second player I'm going to be talking about is Calvin Ridley on the Atlanta Falcons. And there's a few fantasy football indicators that tell me he is a good sports card investment. And the first thing we're going to look at is vacated targets. With Devonta Freeman, Austin Hooper, and Mohamed Sanu now gone, Atlanta leads the NFL with 258 vacated targets. That's 68 more than the team with the next most in the Dallas Cowboys. The most important shift here is Sanu's absence. In 7 games with Sanu in the lineup, Ridley averaged 12.9 fantasy points on 6.3 targets per game. In the 6 games after Sanu was traded, Ridley averaged 17.5 fantasy points on 8.2 targets per game. The pace would have made Ridley the wide receiver 6 in fantasy points per game in 2019. That's right, the 6th ranked wide receiver in fantasy football in 2019. If you look at the Atlanta Falcons' strength of schedule, they have the most difficult strength of schedule. And that tells me that they are going to be airing it out a lot. They have a gunslinging offense. Matt Ryan's got about 4 or 5 years left in the tank. Julio Jones is getting older. And that means that Calvin Ridley is poised for a breakout year. I think that he is going to have a monster year, and there's going to be a lot of hype around him throughout the season as he makes it onto those top 10 highlight reels. So let's jump over and look at his card prices. I think you will be pleasantly surprised. This is what gets me so excited about Calvin Ridley. With his potential to be a top 10 wide receiver this year, going to COMC, looking at his base Prism rookie card, starting at $2.50 raw, guys. And I just, at that price point, I think is a phenomenal investment. And you can see the last time that his card was up to $8.48 when he was a rookie, because there was a lot of hype around him because he was a stud in college. And so at these prices, these are going to go up. There's a ton of upside. And popping over to PWCC, you can see that there was here's a lot right here of $1.95. And then I've looked at Buy It Now on eBay, and you can find a PSA 9 for $19.99, or here's a raw one for $1.75. Personally, I would purchase this card in COMC. Going to his other card, the Donruss Optic Base rookie card, starting at 99 cents. I personally really like this card because it reminds me of my childhood. And going over to the marketplace, you can see that they are going for extremely inexpensive, low prices. You can even see where there was a PSA Gem Mint 10 sold for $12.50 on April 23rd. Let's get into the last player, and I'm a little bit biased in this one, but as you will see, I still think his card prices are underpriced, and he is going to have a huge year, potentially making it to the Super Bowl because of the additions to the team. Let's look at my home team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that is Chris Godwin. Now, Chris Godwin has an exceptional 40-yard dash, speed score, catch radius. What I like most about Chris Godwin, though, as I pop over to the comparisons, is his yards after catch ranking. As you can see, in 2019, he had the highest yards after catch, or yak score, as we call it in fantasy, in the league. And with the addition of Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, drafting Tristan Wirfs in the first round of the 2020 draft, this is going to lead to Chris Godwin getting the ball more. I strongly believe that Rob Gronkowski will get the occasional touchdown, but mostly he will be a decoy on the field. And Tom Brady, being 42 years old, yes, he is the GOAT. He is extremely accurate passer, but he does not have the arm strength he once had. And Mike Evans has historically been a deep ball wide receiver. Now, he is a really good wide receiver. I think Mike Evans will feed in this offense, but I think Chris Godwin will feed even more. He's going to be the Julian Edelman in the Tampa Bay offense this year. He's going to see the ball a ton, and with his yards after catch rating, he is going to have a huge year. And with Tom Brady and the other additions to the offensive line, I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a very good chance to make it deep into the playoffs, potentially even the Super Bowl if you want to make some bold predictions. But that is why I'm investing in him. So the first card I'm going to look at is Chris Godwin's Silver Prism rookie card number 243. And you can see they start at $13.25. And looking at the sales data, you can see there have been 40 sold up to $15.82. The best sale of $15.82 was just recently, actually, on March 25th, 2020, after they found out Tom Brady was coming to the Buccaneers. So if we look over at PWCC Marketplace, we can see a similar trend. However, the deals that you can find on here, looks like June 5th, this was a good deal. Someone got a very good deal on this card at $7.50. This gives you an idea of what that card's worth. I still think that this card has a lot of room to grow. Chris Godwin is going to be in elite status and is going to take several steps closer to that Hall of Fame status, especially playing under Tom Brady. Who knows how many more years Tom Brady can play, but this year particularly, his hype is going to go up and up throughout the season and peak into the postseason. His other card I'm going to look at is his Donruss rated rookie. Of course, like I've said, this is one of my favorites because it reminds me of my childhood and collecting cards in the early 90s. That rated rookie card was coveted. What I'm looking at here is you see there's a Donruss Optic 16 from 275, but then a base Donruss starting at 345. And so right here, this is an opportunity to invest in COMC and buy these cards electronically. I feel that 275 is a very good price, and you can see that they've gone up to 5. They're certainly going to go up more as the season goes on. I would be investing in these Donruss Optic bases right now. I've already bought a few myself. And looking at PWCC Marketplace, you can see that the trend, there's a lot of different parallels of the Donruss rated rookie, so I'm focusing on the base. So we can look at this one right here. Here's a base for 225, and if we find that same card on eBay, we can find 295. That's still a very good price point with a lot of upside. Thank you for watching my video today. I hope you found something useful. If you did, please like the video. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. I want to hear your feedback. I want to collaborate with like-minded individuals that are into fantasy football and sports card investing or collecting, and good, bad, or indifferent, guys. Let me know. And tune in next time when we dig into quarterbacks. I look forward to seeing you there.